Hey, my name is Wieletu Rwachile, and I am a writer and reluctant entrepreneur based in Johannesburg. There's a very specific reason why I call myself a reluctant entrepreneur. I have always been a very creative, wild child. But along my life, there are certain circumstances that happened that actually plunged me out of the abyss of just lacking responsibility, and I really was forced to essentially take life by the horns. This was mainly because I could not find a job. um, and this one of the key reasons behind me not being able to find a job is not having a tertiary qualification. Given the fact that I am a writer, people naturally prefer people who are qualified and have studied for it. I have essentially learned through working and through mentorships with people and such. And so in 2016, before it was really a thing to work from home, I started exploring the idea of working from home. At the time, I was commuting from Pretoria to Johannesburg, and I said to, my boss at the time that this feels like a task I can do from home. And he said, okay, well, fine, go do it from home, but I'm not going to give you a basic salary. I'm essentially going to pay you for the time that you actually do work. Like, as in, I was getting paid per task completed. It was an absolute nightmare. I lost a lot of money. I couldn't take care of myself, but at least I could see my kids. And I just made it my goal and my aim to, really create a life for myself as a mother that allows me to spend enough time with my kids. And that has come with immense sacrifice. This is why this podcast is called Threads of Resilience. I'm a South African woman. Living here is very, very challenging. And I'm always kind of looking to people and looking to spaces that alleviate the stress that I feel. And I've been thinking about starting a podcast, I think, since 2010. My friends have been so tired of me saying, I want to do this, I want to do this. And now they don't want to hear it anymore. So I have no choice but to actually start the podcast so that I can stop chewing my friends and my boyfriend's ear off about, things that I feel passionate about. So today we are speaking about the joy and the beauty of, starting over, and why I believe resilience is a very important quality to have as you navigate the world. And as you navigate, I don't mean the world as in, the whole world, but I mean like your world. Like, let's talk about why you need to be resilient. We live in South Africa, a country where every single 4 months you are hearing about thousands and thousands of jobs lost. Just in the second quarter of 2024, 92,000 jobs were lost. And this is, I guess, defined as a compounding situation by most economists and most, business outlets, right? And this is why I always encourage people to start a business, no matter how obscure you think your idea is, or, no matter what you think is going on. I believe that this is going to be a very important and pivotal part of actually surviving and thriving. Because even if you are currently working, the likelihood that you are actually stretching that one salary is very low. And and so sometimes you have started a business, it didn't work out. I would implore you to try again, try a different strategy, try a different product, just keep on trying. Because I feel the rate at which people are losing jobs might be related to AI infiltrating, workplaces. I mean, as writers, we've seen, our numbers dwindling a little bit now that people have discovered ChatGPT. And we've seen people finding us quite redundant, because now there's this little machine that can do it all for you. But really, what that machine is producing is what do I want to call it? It's almost like, it's producing a generic version, right? But the true and authentic version lies within you. So I think being resilient also allows you to kind of like adapt to the changing times. Again, as I said, I am a reluctant entrepreneur. So when I started my business, I had no idea what I was doing. Somebody just advised that I register a business just so I could get one gig. And the next thing I knew, both my feet were plunged into this world of actually trying to build something, start thinking about hiring people, start thinking about growth, start thinking about profitability, start thinking about budgets. And, in my natural state and order, I am your typical eccentric creative. And that means that numbers and, strategy and things like that just generally give me a panic attack. But again, it was the quality of resilience that has allowed me to get where I am today. My business turns 3 years old. And, I would say we're doing okay. I think especially for a 3-year-old business, we're doing pretty fine. And we want to see ourselves get to 5 years. We want to see ourselves get to 10 years. And we have all had to develop a sense of resilience within our character, as the team at RR Comms. It's something that I really encourage, even my own children, to build within themselves that like, look, yes, times get tough, right? But what do? We keep going, we keep moving, you stay up with your routine. And, also a routine is a super important part of you being strong and resilient. It's also in terms of like how you're treating your body, how you are responding to like your intuition. Are you eating well? Are you drinking water? Are you getting enough sleep? All of those things I feel are things worth considering on your resilience journey. And so the ways in which I've learned how to build resilience within myself is by kind of maintaining a certain flexibility, but not allowing this flexibility to go over my boundaries, right? So let's make an example. Somebody comes to me and they want one of my services and may not be in a financial position to pay for, the big package. I can offer them a smaller package, or I can offer them a different kind of deal. It's also kind of about being able to say yes to new things, and it's also about delving into areas that you don't know. I mean, like I said, I have had to learn my numbers, learn my strategy, learn people behavior, learn, communicating, with clients has also been something so important for me. How are we communicating as, as a team? How are we staying on the same page? How are we making sure that, each step of our creative process is implemented? Do you understand, right? And then also developing and leaning on a support system. I have had the opportunity to work with some amazing mentors. I have had opportunities, to be nurtured and loved by my family through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. I deeply lean on my partner, my friends, like I think I just, put myself out there and I'm vulnerable about where I need support. And I myself also respect people's boundaries to say, no, I can't do this, or yes, I can do this, or let's do this as a team, and all of that. And then also, again, failing and then fail better. I don't have to repeat that one, because I mean, I think a lot of entrepreneurs have said that there's a lot of learning in failure, and following your intuition. It's becoming so important to just follow your intuition. Sometimes we are so after money, and we centralize money, that we override the bad gut feeling you have about a deal, about a person, about a business, about this transaction. And then the next thing, something else happens. You're scammed, a client runs out on you and doesn't pay you, and whatever. What is happening here in your gut, in your body, how you tense up, and maybe how just gukona into off, as we say as Black people. You need to follow that feeling and understand that feeling, and also having compassion for one's self, right? And that is to, yeah, like, be kind to yourself, do your affirmations, be nice to yourself, all of that beautiful jazz, and so I'm going to just attach, there will be a link to a worksheet that you can kind of print out, to build your own resilience strategy, or recognize where you need to build more resilience, by just taking a look at your challenge. It is best if you print it and then fill it out. But some but I mean, if you're looking for something just quick and actionable right now, I think I would think about, especially if you are in a position where you've recently maybe lost a job, or you've been retrenched. Maybe you are in a position where you are looking to pivot in your business. So in looking at these new beginnings, I think the first journaling prompt I would give you is, what does starting over look like to you? And what small daily habits can you build, to strengthen your resilience? Something one of my writing mentors once gave me was, write every single day at the same time. So 4 a.m., wake up, do that one thing, or maybe 5 a.m., or maybe 6 p.m. But just doing it at the same time every day allows you to build a sense of resilience, And, being resilient it's, oh man, it's such an awesome trait to have. But at the same time, just to conclude, I don't think that it means you put up with bullshit, But when things do come your way, it's all about just, taking things in, taking the time to take things in, and understanding how, or devising a strategy of how, you will get through it. So I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you got way to the end, thank you so much. Please use the comment section to share your own story of resilience, your own business story, where you are at along the journey, what plans you have. You don't have to tell me your whole plan. And if you download the worksheet, please do let me know, and do share your feedback with me. In our next episode, we will be talking about balancing parenting and creativity. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. Oh yeah, please subscribe, like, share with your friends and family.